Thank you, Rosie. Well, the rules of the road and the penalties for breaking them are changing for Ontario drivers and cyclists this fall. Some of those changes include entering a crosswalk before a pedestrian has left it and passing too close to a cyclist. So how will these changes affect you? John Philp from Preszler Law is here to explain. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So yeah, fines going up. If you are charged with distracted driving now, that goes up to?
It's now been increased from $300 to $1,000.
Wow.
Not only is it used to be 2 demerit points, it's now gone up to 3 demerit points.
Okay.
So pretty significant change for sure. Distracted driving statistically is one of the worst problems as it relates to causes of motor vehicle accidents in this province. Actually surpasses drunk driving in terms of causes of motor vehicle accidents.
And is part of this the idea that we want to make it as ridiculous as drunk driving? We want to make it as...
Well, I think that in the past it was almost, going back many years obviously, it was almost socially acceptable to have a few cocktails and drive. Now it's seen as a very repugnant social behavior.
Exactly.
And I think that essentially distracted driving is the new drunk driving.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this has been recognized by the legislature, and they're trying to make it as socially unacceptable as drunk driving. And everyone does it. You take a quick glance at your phone while you're driving. They're really trying to crack down now.
And this is also if you're at a stoplight, if you're at a stop sign, anything like that.
Well, listen, here's some irony for you. on my way to the studio today, I was stopped because there was a police officer directing traffic for construction. And I very briefly picked up my phone to connect my Bluetooth. He walked over to my window, tapped on the window, and said, "That's a $1,000 fine, sir. I'll give you the pass this time, but don't let me see you do it again." So obviously they're taking it very seriously, and I literally had it in my hand for all of a second.
And you were at a stop,
and
so
I was at
there
a stop
you go.
sign.
And distracted driving isn't just with your device. It could be anything.
It can be anything. If you're putting on your makeup, or if you have a cup of coffee in your hand, if it somehow is causing you not to drive properly and a police officer sees this, you can be charged with distracted driving.
And if you door a cyclist, in other words, if you open your car door and wham into a cyclist, that's a stiffer penalty now too?
Well, yes, it's actually along the same lines as the distracted driving fine. So now if you actually door a cyclist, it's $1,000 and 3 demerit points. Now, I live down by Queen West in Toronto here, and I see this happen at least once a week. Cyclists driving along the road and a driver just not paying attention, opens their door, cyclist goes flying.
Yeah.
We get these cases all the time at our office as well. So now it is, it's always been the responsibility of the driver to make sure that there are no cyclists, but I think the legislature has realized and is trying to really bring it to the public's attention by increasing these fines.
Right, so if you are a cyclist that does get doored, you can take that person to court in a suit as well?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, we see these at least once a week in our office. Someone's called us because they have been riding their bicycle, someone's not paying attention, they open their door, and they get nailed. You can bring a civil lawsuit against the driver of that vehicle if you've been injured, obviously if you've been injured.
All right, John Philp from Preszler Law, thank you so much.
Pleasure to be here.
And if you have any personal injury questions for John and his team at Preszler, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/morningshowto. Time now to take a look at traffic. Here's Kim.